Hi, welcome to My Lap Band Journey 2013. My name is Dwayne. I'm 50 years old. I'm 302 pounds, 6'3", and classified as morbidly obese. I have high blood pressure, sleep apnea, and bouts of depression. So this is my journey, and I decided to do this video log for a couple of reasons. One was for myself to go back and reflect on my journey. The other one was to provide information to anybody who might be considering this process or procedure. And the other one is that on YouTube there's a lot of ladies who have done their blog, but not very many men. So I wanted to sort of do one in a man's perspective. So started off in about 7 months ago. My primary care physician recommended I consider this procedure. So I did a lot of research, a lot of reading, went to seminars, and there's several different procedures that you can have. Um, one, one of which is the lap band. Lap band is a band that goes around the top of your stomach, has an inflatable bladder that can open and close the stomach, depending on how much weight you're losing or gaining. And the others are the gastric bypass, where they remove parts of the stomach and bowel. Um, I have opted to go with the lap band because for me it's less evasive, and I think it's just the way I want to go. Um, it's reversible, um, and it has complications, as they all do, but ones that I think that I can personally deal with. So I made that decision um, to get approved for the procedure. Um, if you have insurance, which I do, I have TRICARE Standard. Um, I'm retired military, or you can pay for it, out of your own pocket. It's around 18 to 20 grand for the procedure. But luckily, I have insurance, and they will cover it. In order to get the insurance to cover this procedure, there are several things I had to do. One was to be on a 6-month supervised, physician supervised diet, um, which meant I joined Weight Watchers. I went to the meetings every week. Once a month, I went to my physician when I had my monthly checkup for my blood pressure, and we documented my progress with weight loss, whether I was losing, gaining, how much I was eating. I was tracking my points, how I was doing, how I was feeling, things like that. And it's very important that even if you're thinking about doing this process, that you start ahead of time, because that's the longest item that you have to do is to get the 6-month supervised uh, diet plan. Um, so after 6 months, and with no luck, I think I lost 4 pounds um, on Weight Watchers. Sometimes I lost 8 pounds, then I'd gain 2 pounds, I'd lose 6 pounds, I'd gain 4 pounds, just yo-yoed back and forth. So after 6 months, we started with the rest of the process, which was a psychological evaluation by a licensed psychologist. It was a 3-day, 3-visit process. First process was get to know each other, talk, interview. Uh, the next visit was a test. It's like 200 question bubble chart test. It takes you about 45 minutes. Asks you questions about who, your lifestyle, what you like, if you would do this, if you would do that, how would you handle this situation, things like that. Um, that test is actually sent off and graded. It comes back to the psychologist. The next visit, we had another counseling session. And then about a week later, I received the actual recommendation write-up from the psychologist is about 4 or 5 pages long, and it was pretty in-depth. So showed me a couple of things I didn't know about myself. So um, then after that was nutritional counseling. Um, it's funny that my insurance company wouldn't pay for me to go to a nutritionist. They'll pay for the surgery, but they wouldn't pay for me to go to the nutritionist. So that was an out-of-pocket cost, which was $60. It wasn't much. So 3 visits, talked about how the eating habits before, eating habits after this procedure, how it's going to change my life, how I'm going to end up having to make changes in the way I handle stress and my diet. Um, then there was the medical tests, which included a cardiac stress test, EKG. Um, it's called H. pylori test, which detects whether you have ulcers or bad bacteria in your stomach um, already, and then thyroid tests. So once we got all that information gathered up, it was sent off to my insurance company. That was on a Tuesday, and on Friday it was approved. So what I've seen on YouTube and on blogs, that a lot of times it's hard. Uh, People get frustrated with the process and they quit. And I think a lot of it has to do with you have to make sure you have all this documentation all together at the same time and do your 6 months. If you're thinking about doing it now and you're watching this wondering what it's like, start now. You can start your supervised program now, do your research, uh, and then next thing you know, you'll have your 5 to 6 months, and you'll be ready to do the rest of it. So don't give up, and hang in there. So my surgery is scheduled for the 21st. Today's the 1st of January, New Year's Day, and so a week before the surgery, you start a liquid diet. All right, the liquid diet is to help get all the enzymes and to help reduce some of the fat in your liver, because they actually have to go in and lift the liver up to get to the stomach to put the band on. So week before, on the 14th, I will start my liquid diet, which will be broth, uh, Jello, sugar-free popsicles, Crystal Light, and water. Water to help flush out some of the water that I'm retaining. That's another problem I have. I retain water really bad, especially in my lower legs and my ankles. Um, but so today I'm going to start a quasi uh, pro or pre-op diet. I'm going to start eating soft foods, things like cottage cheese, cream of wheat, uh, baby food, things that are soft and blended in a blender, and liquids until the 14th to help me to sort of transition uh, for that week. 2 weeks after uh, the surgery, you're still on your liquid diet. Then 2 weeks after that, you go on to the soft diet again with yogurts and puddings, mashed potatoes, things that are very soft and that can go into this new pouch that they've made, sit there for a while, and then be able to go into your stomach and be digested. 2 weeks after that, on the 6th week, is when you begin to start your back to solid foods, soft foods like fish and chicken, uh, soft vegetables, uh, things like that. So it's about 4, 5, 6 weeks transition of not having very much, but that's the goal. is to help get to that point so that the lap band and you can make this work. So my goal is to get down to 195 pounds, where I should be uh, within this year. So um, anyway, so that's where we are now. I will try to do a post every 2 weeks. Post the good and the bad. I'll let you have it all. Um, in my perspective, everybody's different. We all face situations and our bodies react differently. So um, with that, I'll say thanks for joining me, and I appreciate any comments, and will answer any questions that you have if I can. So thanks.